Hi, scientists made a tiny retinal implant chip which can help some people see again. With aging, any one of us can lose some eye functionality. One of those reasons is age-related macular degeneration. This affects your central vision by destroying some of your photoreceptor cells. It can happen because of cellular waste, oxidative stress, inflammation, or just genetics and aging. And there's currently no cure for this disease, unfortunately, and people have to get used to seeing by their peripheral vision when this happens. But finally, we might have a solution for this. The eye implant we are talking about is still in the research phase, but first tests are pretty good. 84% of the people said they can recognize some letters again with their central vision, which is the main problem we are dealing with here. So let's first acknowledge that this is not a ready to ship product, but I think it's a pretty genius solution. Let me tell you how it works. So this is basically a 2mm by 2mm chip. It is implanted under your retina, which is inside your eye. There's a 2-hour long eye surgery. Your eye retina is slightly lifted up and this chip is implanted there. After that, a month of recovery phase. But the good thing is there's no wires. So this chip is just going to stay there and cover that dead zone, which afterwards, with the help of these glasses, you are going to be able to see with that zone again. So these glasses are essential. They are going to be having the camera and the processing to send the signals to that chip. Also for controls, battery and processing, you are going to have a pocket box. If they ever make an actual product about this, I'm sure they are going to be able to make it smaller. So the glasses camera is going to be processing all that image and will be sending infrared signals to the chip. It is going to be sending those signals directly and precisely to the pixels on your chip. Let me explain that they are not actually pixels. They are photodiodes which you can find on solar panels. I think you get the idea. So photodiodes does the solar panels get those light waves and turn them into electricity. And electricity can just trigger the bipolar cells and the ganglion cells. So your brain can just receive the signals. What our photoreceptor cells are naturally doing in our eyes is the same. So with this chip you can replace the functionality of those dead cells. A side note here, you might ask why do we need the glasses? Because obviously we can just turn light into electricity. If you let the chip run on its own, it is going to have lots of random data. We have millions of photoreceptor cells in our eyes. They all tune into different wavelengths and they are precisely connected to our brain. This chip only have a few hundred pixels. The camera takes the real world vision and turns it into a monochrome vision. And because our chip only have a few hundred pixels, it tries to send the most important stuff and the edges and the shapes. There is no room for random noise. It is the difference between actually drawing a pixel shape and sending a pixelated real-world image. You can better understand the image when it's actually created for that pixel size. So it is firstly to help people understand what is actually in front of them, and also this gives them zoom abilities, another tuning probably maybe brightness and contrast, and this can also amplify the signals. Since we are using an artificial material here, it doesn't have the actual efficiency of the photoreceptor cells, so it is better to just shoot the signals directly to it. Okay, well, any other questions? Does it hurt? Well, I heard that it doesn't hurt, but you have to be awake for the surgery. Why is it monochrome? Well, they designed it that way right now. Maybe they can make it colored in the future. I can see that that's possible. Okay, here's some key points. This obviously cannot cure everything. When specifically the photoreceptors die, but the actual ganglion cells and the nerve cells are still there, this implant really can help people. But not all eye diseases come with this particular problem. So I'm wishing the best for everyone, but this is not for every disease, unfortunately. And currently the resolution is quite low. They exactly have 378 pixels on this chip right now. That doesn't quite let you do more reading than maybe 3 letters, 4 letters. So after the surgery, there's a getting used to it period with the training. And after the rehabilitation, people were happy. You can actually read the paper yourself. I'm going to link them in the description. People said it is better to see something at least like shapes, edges, instead of having 2 black discs in their eyes. You need to get used to that vision, but you don't lose anything because you still have the peripheral vision. You are basically adding the central vision back, which currently have no other solution outside of this. Well, what do you think about this? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below and share this with your sciencey friend. If you liked the video, you have to subscribe. That is just unfortunately what you have to do. Just click the subscribe button. And thank you for listening.